Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gen Z and Me Life as We See It podcast. I'm your host, Amori Knight, and I'm here with my amazing co-host,
Neve. Today we're here with two amazing women from the Detroit Health Department. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Megan Boyce. I am the Reproductive Health Program Manager at the Detroit Health Department.
Hi, my name is Natalie Woods. I am one of the reproductive health specialists in the iDecide clinic.
glad that you have come today. We are happy to see you. Y'all look amazing.
Thank
And we
you.
just want to ask y'all a couple questions about STIs. Have y'all ever heard of STIs? Because I thought STDs and STIs were the same thing, but today we're going to learn that they're not. So, my first question is, what are STIs?
STIs are sexually transmitted infections. We use STI and STD interchangeably. A lot of the confusion started back in the early 2000s, where we had a lot of medical professionals that got together and was like, we're going to change it from STDs to STIs to make it sound less scary, to want people to come in to get tested, want to reduce the stigma. So we said we'll call it sexually transmitted infections instead of sexually transmitted diseases. But the two terms can be used interchangeably, and we're talking about any type of sexual infection or disease that's transmitted sexually.
Okay, so they differ by how you catch them?
It's the same. It's the exact same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
they're the same thing. They just changed the last, because if I tell you, oh, you have a disease, you're more scared, right? So if I say, well, it's an infection, in your mind you think, okay, I have something that's curable, correct?
Yeah.
So they wanted to reduce the stigma, so they changed it. But then providers just start using the language interchangeably, but it's still the same thing.
So, question: What are the STI rates in Detroit right now?
So I know you guys have heard all of the stuff that's going around in the media that in the United States that Detroit has the highest STI rates among cities in the United States. That's a problem. So. So right now I think it's 1,500 per 100,000 people. So to translate that so you can better understand, take a classroom of 30 students, right? So out of those 30 students, it's going to be at least one person that has a STI. So look at that with all the people in Detroit using those numbers. So it's very common, and we're trying to get a handle on those rates by offering the services that we offer at our clinic, making it accessible, try to reduce the barriers so we can get that targeted population that is more at risk, which is your age group from age 20 to 39. Those are the high risk age groups. So we provide all reproductive health services at our clinic, along with STI testing, treatment, and things like that for male and female.
I think one of the most important things to know is that just because you might get an STI from the activities that you're engaged in, STIs are treatable. So that's why it's important to always get tested regularly, and if you come back positive for something, there's treatment for it. So make sure you follow up with the providers so that you can get treatment and get it cured and taken care of.
Okay. Miss Megan, okay, so I'm a teenager. I'm 16 years old. How often do you see teenagers with STIs?
So we actually see it fairly commonly. One of the things that's important to know about the iDecide clinic at the health department is that our services are actually geared towards teens and adolescents, so young people. So our clinic, you can actually come in and see us. You don't have to have your parent come in. You're able to come in by yourself. It's really important to us to maintain confidentiality for our clients. So when you come in, you don't have to use your insurance. We're able to give you care without having insurance, and you don't have to pay for services usually, because we ask you what your income is every month. And then based off of that, we're able to slide fees down to zero, depending on what you tell us. So you're able to come in, see one of our providers like Natalie, and she will work with you to make sure that you get tested for all the things that are going to give you the best care that you need. And then you can also talk about birth control options and even just to make sure that you're healthy. So even if you're not having sex yet or doing anything like that, but you just want to come in and make sure that you're taking care of your body, you're able to come into our clinic and see Natalie and get all of the things that you need.